But we want to do it in a way that's true to Blizzard, putting gameplay first. We want to do it in a way that feels right for Diablo. We are making a full-fledged action RPG you can play everywhere with everyone. We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC.
All right, I want to talk about the BlizzCon situation with Diablo Immortal, the new mobile game announced from Blizzard over the last couple of days here. People have been just going back and forth on social media. If you guys don't know, everyone was predicting that there was going to be a new Diablo project, and when all these people flew out to the event to see what this game is going to be, they find out that it's a fucking mobile game. And if you guys don't know about Blizzard and its community, it's primarily PC. If you're talking Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo, even Overwatch in a sense, it is majority PC players coming out to these events because that's where all of these games got their start. So when we find out that Diablo Immortal is going to be a game that takes place in between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3, and it's mobile only, the backlash was incredible to watch in real time. They were sitting there booing the ever-living shit out of the developers on the stage. And what we're finding now is a lot of social media outlets, people who are covering the gaming community, are taking that outrage from the consumers, people who are pissed off that Blizzard would even consider announcing this as their main project at BlizzCon. These social media outlets are taking that and they're turning that outrage and calling it entitled. They're saying that people are whining. And I see that sometimes when I talk about games that I'm passionate about, when they do something that I don't think is in their best interest. People usually chalk it up to whining and complaining. But then the word entitlement is where I find this to be the most outrageous. The developers, when asked if the game was going to be coming to PC, they said no. The game is basically, it is mobile only. They have no plans for PC. And they were booed hard for that response. And one of the developers' response to that was, what, do you guys not have phones? Who's entitled here? You're mad that people are mad at a product that you were creating that nobody asked for. You couldn't find me one person who was like, I want to play Diablo on my phone. I've never seen a discussion about it. I've never seen anything about a mobile, even Warcraft, StarCraft. Yeah, they're meant for PC. Even though I like Diablo on consoles, at least you're playing with a controller, sticks, playing on a touchscreen. In my opinion, and for the market to show that my opinion is the majority opinion here, North American markets are not as receptive to mobile gaming as overseas in Asia, Japan, and all of those places. That's why they're getting a company called NetEase to create this game alongside Blizzard. And on top of the actual experience of playing the game on the phone, you have to then take into account the predatory business actions of mobile gaming and how it's built upon microtransactions and taking money from people who have way too much of it to spend on gems, jewels, and whatever else is the case. That's what these games are designed to do. They're designed to drain money from your wallet and give you a subpar experience. We've seen it time and time again. Will Diablo be different? It could, but track records show that all of these games are built for monetary gain. The mobile gaming market is one of the most lucrative markets. If you can go in there with a branded title like Diablo Immortal, and you can get a player base overseas where people are willing to spend their money. North America, it's not like that. The problem with this, BlizzCon was in North America. So now you are promoting a game that is not meant for this target audience to people who don't enjoy this type of experience. And these developers expected people to be happy about it. What you could say is the mainstream gaming media are writing about the entitlement of consumers and how people are acting like whiny complainers because they didn't get the game that they wanted. That's what they're chalking up and washing this all out to. What you're seeing, and I'm going to be completely honest, and say that the Blizzard community that went to BlizzCon and let the developers know in real time, face to face, how they felt. What you're seeing is a room full of consumers who are just sick of the way that the industry is going. The industry is focused more on the shareholders than it is the gamer. Back in the early days, especially when you're talking about Blizzard's early days in the 90s and early 2000s, it wasn't like that. And all of these old school Diablo players, StarCraft players, Warcraft players, they don't give a fuck about microtransactions, mobile experiences. They don't care. Blizzard should know this. Matter of fact, I would say that Blizzard does know this and they don't care because they are looking for the platforms that can give them the biggest bottom line to please their shareholders. And that is the problem that all of these people are expressing when they boo them and when that fucking legend comes up and asks if it's an April Fool's joke. Shout out to that guy.
Hey, just was wondering, is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
It's about taking responsibility or forcing these developers and publishers and studios to take responsibility for the actions. If you want to bring a fucking mobile title to the US market and use that as your main announcement for BlizzCon, fine. Do it. But be prepared to live with the consequences. The fact that the trailer on YouTube is being downvoted, disliked to oblivion, don't sit here and chalk it up to entitled man-baby children. You made a business decision to release a game like this and not announce anything. Do you guys remember when Bethesda announced their Elder Scrolls mobile game? They blue-balled everybody, but then what they did is they followed that up with a, but wait, there's more. And even though they didn't have anything to show, they let their community know that a new Elder Scrolls is in the works. Blizzard didn't even have the common courtesy to let them know. And they just thought that ending a BlizzCon keynote on a mobile abomination would get their fans excited and happy. This is a business decision down to the core. You can see it on the guy's face who is announcing it. You know that he doesn't have any faith in this title. Of course, he's being paid to tell you he does, but I can see it on his face that he knew that this isn't what their community wanted. I'm reading an article from Shack News that literally says, it's fine to be disappointed by today's announcement of a mobile Diablo game, but Shack News believes that mobile gamers count too. They will continue to report on mobile games and apps because people are interested in them. Mobile gaming is booming overseas in Asia and has seen packets of success here in the US. Shack News even admits that the mobile gaming market is not in the United States and Canada. It is overseas in these markets where it is booming, where people are willing to drop money on microtransactions. The US isn't like that. Shack News admits it, but then they chalk it up to people whining and complaining and being edgelords. The title of this article is saying that fans react to Diablo Immortal like disrespectful edgelords. No, they're reacting like consumers who have been here for decades, watching the gaming industry turn into a thing that they don't like, and now they're watching their beloved franchise that they enjoy follow that same path. Can you fucking blame them? The mainstream gaming media is blaming them. Everybody is saying that it's just entitled gamers. I'm reading an article from Mashable. Diablo Immortal reveal gives entitled gamers a new chance to look like asses. What is wrong with letting developers know that what they're doing is fucking stupid? You know what that is? That's consumer advocacy. That's consumers having a voice. And I really hope that the follow-up from this is that the Blizzard community and the gaming community as a whole speaks with your wallet. This outrage and shit doesn't fucking matter if these guys in the US can't see the bottom line being struck. And you wonder why all of these gaming journalist sites are fucking failing. I mean, shit, there's people out here like Will Powers, who according to his Twitter bio is the senior account director at a gaming PR company, former Deep Silver PlayStation. His take on this, let's read his hot take. The people that bash on mobile gaming are an offshoot of toxic masculinity. They get off on hating something that they've traditionally associated with a heavily female audience. I don't understand where the gender problem comes into play here. I never looked at mobile gaming as a female thing. I never looked at that at all. In fact, I actually see more of my male comrades in the Twitch industry playing on mobile. I don't understand where that connection is. I would love for him to back up that with some literal fact. But when you throw out bullshit like this, it negates the actual problems that we have with it. And that's the predatory microtransactional actions of the gaming industry as a whole. And that's just the general feel of playing a fucking game on a mobile. There's some people that enjoy it, and I can't say that they're wrong, but I just know that the mobile US market is not like that when it comes to long games. This game is an MMORPG. Playing it on mobile, a lot of people aren't going to fuck with it in the US. But on top of all of this, discussion going on, putting some fucking bullshit labels on the outrage of the consumers, Blizzard community that have been around for decades, on top of all of this, they're getting NetEase to create a fucking game for mobile that looks identical to previous titles that they have released overseas that look like Diablo. There's a game called Endless of God that I have gameplay of here from YouTube that looks identical. When you're talking about the overlay, the HUD, and all of that, it is literally a reskinned game. This isn't the Blizzard that I know. This isn't the Blizzard that I grew up playing on. You can definitely tell that in the last few years, Blizzard has a track record of just subpar quality. And it's bad to say that because you look at Overwatch, even though I'm not a big fan of Overwatch, I know that development team of Blizzard, they actually care. But when we're talking about World of Warcraft, Diablo, it's not the same. And it's not even like I'm the largest Diablo fan in the world. What I am a fan of is consumer advocacy, consumers speaking with their wallets and speaking with their voices. And what I really, really hate is when the gaming journalists just try to swipe it up under the rug. I've seen people comparing this shit to Gamergate already. It's not that serious. What it is the bullshit mobile experience taking over and plaguing one of the most beloved PC franchises of all time. And that's what you should be writing about. But you're not, and it's fucking sad. My name is Big Fry. Feel free to weigh in on what you guys think about this whole Diablo experience, BlizzCon drama. And if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you do. We're shooting for 100,000 subscribers. And if you guys want to support the channel, feel free to click the join button below the video. $4.99 a month, and you can support your favorite creators. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.